Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Truth Serum. I am so happy and so grateful that you are here for the fourth episode. This is huge. This is massive for me. I feel like I say that every episode, but it really is true. So I am sending lots of love and a big, massive hug. Well, a socially distant hug. Just being grateful for your support and for you listening. And I do want to extend a big thanks to my guest on the last episode, to my guest Brian, for being on my last episode titled Do I Look Happy Now? We got so many good reviews and a lot of people really saying that it was such a great conversation and they were looking forward to what was in store next. So thank you again for your support in that. It's still available. All the episodes have not gone anywhere. So please keep streaming and keep telling me what you think about it, how I can make it better, what your opinions are on it. Because like I said, Truth Serum is not just for me, it's for everyone. I do have a few interesting things planned for the future of Truth Serum, and I can't wait to share these with you. So please keep your eyes peeled and pay attention to our posts on Instagram and Twitter, and let your voice be heard. Like, let me know what you think about how it's going and where you want to see it go, because your opinions and your view really do shape the future of Truth Serum. As I said earlier, it's not just for me, it's for you, it's for everyone. So let's really just build this and keep this community going. So I do have a few episodes waiting to be released, but I thought it's really important to do a lockdown episode. I haven't talked about the effects of coronavirus or how it relates to us as people. So this feels like the perfect time to do it. So unfortunately, or fortunately, it is going to be a little bit of a more serious topic. And forgive me, I'm not an expert on the virus itself. So although I would touch on it, I would focus more on how to take care of yourself and things to really do and watch out for during this time. Today, you just have me, your favorite host. At least I hope that's the case. But yeah, you just have me today and we're just going to have a good time. So let's get into it. I'm based in London in the United Kingdom and we are currently in a national lockdown. It's a very interesting time because we were in a national lockdown last year. I think it started in March or so and lasted for about 4 or 5 months. And we're back to that position again where all the shops are closed. We just have the essential shops open for food and groceries and things like that. So it's a very interesting time. And for me, particularly now, it's a little bit more scary. I would admit I'm one of those people that took the first lockdown as kind of a holiday in terms of I was just going along with it, doing not really whatever I wanted, but I didn't really take the virus as serious because the death toll numbers were still low at that time. And again, just to say and put it out there so people don't get my information confused or mixed up, one death is more than enough. One death is too much. Every single person is a valuable member of society. But at that time of the first lockdown, the information about the virus was really new. We really didn't know what was going on. And for the first time in my generation or in my lifetime, we were in a position where you couldn't do anything. Like, I don't understand. My brain could not comprehend that situation where we weren't allowed to go to work. We were advised not to go to work. If you could not work from home, you could go into the office, but businesses had closed. I look after some commercial buildings and all of my buildings had shut down. I was then classed as an essential worker to go in and make sure that things were still ticking over, like the plants that were in there were still alive. We were checking tap temperatures. I'm not going to bore you with the details of facility management, but essentially I was doing all of that. So I was in the office maybe one day a week and I was the only person. And for those who live in the UK or live in London, you would know Oxford Street. I walked down the middle of Oxford Street. There were no cars. There was nothing happening. That's how crazy this period was, and my brain, my poor brain couldn't comprehend. So I think that first lockdown was more of a shock to the system, and now that we're back in lockdown, a little bit different, but essentially the same thing, my brain understands what's going on. And coupled with the fact that now we are hearing reports of a new strain of the virus, one that has the same deadly effects, but is more, it's easier to catch. It's pretty scary, and I must admit I'm worried. I'm a little bit worried, and I'm being more cautious. I have my hand sanitizer everywhere I go. I'm very careful of the places I go to. Make sure I wear my mask, because technically I still have to go to work, even though it's not as much as I would do weekly. I still do have to go to work, so it's scary, people. It is quite worrying. So we are in another lockdown. I don't know what it might be for you, wherever you're listening to, but that is the current situation here. And people are dying. I know we just reached a really sad milestone, which is for the most deaths in Europe. And that is really worrying. So guys, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure that you're being cautious. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. And I will be naive to say that, everyone understands the severity of the virus and everyone is taking care. But I really do understand that there are not a lot of people that have the same opinions and views as some of us who believe that the virus is real and believe that people are dying and believe that people are worried. But what I would say to you is that you have to understand that people are scared. You need to understand that people are worried. And even if you don't believe in the government's steps towards the virus, an action against the virus, or you don't believe in the virus itself, or you don't believe in the death toll, things like that, just remember that we do live in a society where we all have to share this space called Earth. We all have to be part of the society. Do all you can to protect other people. If you're not worried about yourself, do all you can to protect other people, because I would hate for someone, to not take this seriously and happen to infect a member of my family who is an elder, and we get to lose that person. So it is quite scary. It's quite dangerous. And, whatever you do, be sensitive and be responsible, whatever that might look like. If that is wearing your mask in public, wherever you go, washing your hands regularly, not mixing in large crowds and following the government guidelines, then please do that. Be responsible. At the end of the day, I'm not an expert, neither am I your parent or your guardians, but whatever it looks like for you to be responsible and be a good and valuable member of society, protecting yourself as well as other people, please do that. So in preparing for this episode, I did think that I should split it into two. So do a section for how to take care of yourself looking internally, and then how to take care of yourself looking on the outside. But when I differentiated the two, I found out that there was a lot of things you could do for yourself and looking on the inside, as opposed to looking on the outside, especially being in lockdown. And I guess it'll be different when you're not in lockdown, because there's a lot more you can do for the community and for other people. So my original plan of splitting it into two didn't really work out. So I'm just going to talk about it all together and just term it as how to take care of yourself, period. Even though I feel like I don't really need to say this, I should still say this, that this list of things I'm going to say, and no, I'm by no means exhaustive. There's so many more things that you could do, or that you're doing, or that you've seen somewhere being done, that you can let me know. I mean, I'm always ready to learn. There might be some really fun things that I haven't heard about. So again, let me know, let your voice be heard, and let's talk about it. One of the first things I wrote down is stay positive. Now, this is one of the things that is easier said than done. However, it's so important to say that. Stay positive. Now, if you don't know how to stay positive, come to me. I will help you. I feel like, and I've said this before on the podcast, I think it must have been in the first episode, I said that there's so much happening in the world right now, especially now in the terms of coronavirus, that puts a negative feeling on you, that puts so much pressure on you that that takes so much out of you, the last thing you need to do is to take some things out of your own self, is to constantly be negative and feel like nothing good is ever going to happen, because that's just going to make things worse. So the first thing I need you to do, I need you to try is stay positive, however that might be. If that's talking to people, if that's trying to find the strength within your own self, or if that's even sending me a message on Instagram or Twitter and just saying, hey, I'm really struggling this week, I'm not really sure what to do, or even getting expert help. I know a lot of people don't really think of counseling as such a good thing, but in this present time, that could be something that could help. There's so many counselors, especially now in terms of technology, over Zoom or Skype or FaceTime or WhatsApp video, whatever it may be, or even like online back and forth messages. Find a counselor or find a true friend or true family member or someone that you trust to take you through this process. We really in this time cannot be islands of our own. So stay positive, keep the faith, and know that everything comes to an end at some point. So this has gone on for a while. It is going to come to an end. We do have the vaccine. You know, a lot of people have their opinion on that, but it is helping in some shape or form. So stay positive. Things are going to change. It's always going to get better. What is that line they say? It's always darkest before the sun. So yeah, it might seem like the end. It might seem like all doom rather than gloom, but just stay positive, hang in there, and it will get better. Now this one is I have a love-hate relationship with this one. And it's exercise. Now look, okay, I just really appreciate the way I look. I don't have a 6-pack, I just have a 1-pack. Okay. And I'm fine with this. I do try to eat healthy. I play a lot of tennis as often as I can whenever the government does allow us to play tennis. And I would run here and there. I probably would try and pick it back up again, because I really enjoyed the feeling of being free and running in the park. But exercise is so important. I mean, all the doctors in the house will be able to explain this a lot better. But essentially for me, exercise does keep your body fit and ready to face whatever it might come across. So if you're staying active and you're staying as healthy as possible, in conjunction with eating right as well, if you do happen to get sick, not just from the coronavirus or from any other, you know, the common cold or whatever it may be, your body has a better chance of fighting that off. So exercise, stay fit, stay healthy. And the other part of it that does really help is that exercise has such a good way of supporting you emotionally and keeping you mentally fit as well. And this plays a role in the first thing we talked about, which is staying positive. If you're exercising and you're going out there for a run or even for a walk, or whatever it may be, or even home workouts, whatever you find that works for you, it does keep your mind active. It does keep your mind away from, you know, worrying and being down and things like that. So definitely exercise as much as you can. Do what makes you happy. You know, if that's running in the park, that's great. If it's playing tennis, if you're allowed to, golf, you know, taking a walk, doing home workouts, whatever it may be, just stay active and stay moving. Because if you think about it this way, we're in lockdown in the UK. It's very easy for you to spend all your time at home. You're not doing the same activities that you used to do. You know, usually you would get up in the morning, you might go to work, and then you come back, you're walking all around the office, you come back home, then you're going to the shop to buy some food to eat, you know, things like that. Your body's constantly moving. But now it's so easy for you to become a couch potato and just sit down in front of TV and binge watch episodes. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, because I would. We'll have a session where we just talk about what we love to watch. But yeah, just do that. Keep your body active, keep your mind active, do things and keep moving. Let your body not feel the pressure of being in lockdown, feel as downcast or as sad as the world may seem right now. So do something, get out there and do something that makes you happy. So I did write this one down and I kind of laughed before I wrote it, but it's personal hygiene. Now, I don't even know when to start with this one. But I would say it's so easy while you're in lockdown to say, well, I'm not seeing anyone, I'm not going anyone, I don't feel like taking a shower today, or I don't feel like brushing my hair today, or I don't feel like doing whatever it is, cutting my nails, doing whatever it is that you class or, you know, is classed as personal hygiene. But no, why should that stop? I think if anything, now should be the time you should do more of it. Now you potentially even have the time to take baths, luxurious baths every day. Funny side story, and I hope she does listen to this, but one of my close friends, she said, she spent £160 on bath bombs from Lush. And I was like, what the is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I understand that they might be having a Christmas sale or something, but that is a lot of bath bombs. Don't be like that. Well, if you want to, it's your money. I can't tell you what to do with your money. That's your business. But yes, take luxurious baths, do your face routines, like try something different, wake up every morning and do a face mask, cut your nails and, do something that makes you happy. All of these like feed into making you happy, waking up and turning on the TV and just sitting there, 24/7. It really doesn't help your mind. It really doesn't help you feel better. It might do in the short term, but I don't think it's necessarily great for the long term. So whatever that could be in terms of taking care of yourself, pampering yourself. Yes, that's the word. I should have said pamper yourself instead of personal hygiene, but apparently I'm a little bit savage. Anyway, pamper yourself, take care of yourself, like just make yourself feel extra special. Because I was saying this to my mom a while ago and I said, it's so interesting that the period that we're in, yes, there's a lot of really bad things going on, but we haven't actually had a period in time where we are, or rather most of us are just sat at home doing nothing. This is the opportunity to do more, like rest your body, rest your soul, rest your mind. And while you're resting it, pamper it, have like a new bath set. I don't know, my mind is completely only always going to baths, but you get what I mean. Whatever pampering looks like to you, do that. Have such a luxurious time taking care of yourself, because you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna be grateful that you did it. When you look back, in 6 months to a year, and you don't have that time to wear a face mask every morning, or you don't have that time to have a 1.5 or 2 hour bath every evening, things like that. So yes, take care of yourself, pamper yourself. Another good one could be take up a new hobby. So for me, I've found doing these podcasts extremely therapeutic. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while, but this has just been the perfect time to get it done. So do that. Take up a new hobby. Do some crafts. A lot of people have started businesses from, just doing bracelets or things that are homemade, or, start doing painting. I love to see there's so many Instagram pages I follow, two in particular. I don't really remember their name, but shout out to all the, Instagram businesses that do custom paintings. One does custom paintings and the other do just general paintings that they sell on Etsy, I believe. So things like that. Take up a new craft, take up painting. If you play instruments or you want to learn how to play instrument, this is the perfect time. If you're a singer, you want to be a singer, the perfect time to do more voice training. You go to the park, if you can't be as loud in your house doing your la 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 things like that. Take up that time and write that song, release that EP that you've always wanted to do. This is the time. There's no better time than now. That saying is just perfect for right now. So yes, pun intended, there is no better time than now. So yeah, do that. Be as creative. Let your creative juice flow. Find a hobby. Find something to do that is different from the norm. Something that you've always wanted to do, or something that you've just thought of doing now, because you probably have the time. Or even if you don't have all of the time, you have some mental capacity to do that right now. It's perfect. It does take your mind off, the worries and the pressures and the stress of the lockdown, and it focuses it on something completely different. So I said this earlier and I'm going to say it again. I truly, truly believe that all of this is going to come to an end, and the world is just going to keep on going as it does. So now might be the good time to take some online courses for job skills, anything that you might be interested in, or a career path that you've always thought about but never really had the time to, figure out the training and get the training done, or join the online course, or applied for that job, or those jobs that you might be interested in, now might be the perfect time to do that, because now you do have the time. And when all of this does go away, the world is going to carry on from where it stopped. And it's almost not going to be an excuse that, oh, well, I was in lockdown. I couldn't really be bothered to learn the skills or to take the classes that I need to get this job, but now will be a good time. No, like, the world has started moving again. So do that now. Why not? Take some online courses, and engage in skills that you think might be necessary or might be needed for something you're interested in. That could be another good way of really engaging your mind, taking your mind off other things and really being very productive. Another interesting thing that you could do is to start up that business idea that you've been thinking about for the longest time. That could be a good one. I must admit that I'm not so great at being a business mind, and there are a lot of people that are gifted with that. They wake up and it's one business idea after the other. This could be a perfect time to do that. So start up that business, at least research it or go into it, or figure out, what do I need to accomplish this business idea when, the world is back to some sort of normalcy. This could be the perfect time to get that done. So I cracked up when I wrote this down. But one of the things I did in the first lockdown was I felt like I was so focused on myself, and I wanted to do something or have something that takes the pressure off me or takes the focus off me. So another thing that you could do in this lockdown is maybe get a plant or 2 or 17 like I did. Not all at once. I think I started with 5, and then it became 10, and then I just started again 1, and then another one, on until I got to 16. So yeah, why not do that? For me, what getting plants did for me is it made me focus on something else other than myself, because I had to do research into the type of plants I wanted to get. I had to do research into how to actually take care of them, what plant pots I wanted, what I needed to do when I felt like one of them wasn't doing too well, yellowing leaves or dying leaves or something. So I had to do that research, and I feel that did take pressure off of myself onto something else. It did take the focus off me onto something else, and it does really help. And at the end of the day, it makes your house or your flat or your room, whatever you may have, look extremely beautiful. Yesterday I did take all of my plants outside because I needed to spray them and make sure that, they didn't have all the flies, and, they were generally doing fine, and check them. And when I came back into my room, because I left the plants outside, I was like, something's missing. Oh, my plants. It really does affect how your space looks. And I think in the sense of it, it's an extension of your personality. I have a really close friend who has over, I think we counted it a while ago, has over 90 something plants. First of all, it is in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. So there is that. There's a lot of space for that. I don't have that amount of space, but things like that. Start with a really good one. I think, for example, plants like succulents are such a good one to start with, because they already retain so much water that, for beginners, it might be a good one. But go online and research, indoor plants or outdoor plants for beginners, and see what comes up, see what you vibe with, see what you really match with, see what, could be an extension of your personality, and get that. It could just do the trick in terms of making you focus on something else. And it's such a great conversation starter. Be like, oh, do you not have plants? I have 16. Oh, well, you have 16. I have 25. Or what do you have? What do you have in common? And I think you'll find out that when you have 2 plant people talking to each other, I refer to myself as a plant zaddy. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. That's who I am. So when 2 plant people are talking to each other, you do find out that you have quite a lot of plants in common, because there's some plants that are just beautiful that everyone else has to have it. So yeah, that could be such a great one to do. I should also say that it's important to know that you do still need to take care of this plant. So don't just get them and then think, well, I've got the plant now. I'm just going to leave it there. No, do not let your plant die. At least try. Make sure you do try, else I am coming for you. But if you do end up getting in plants, send me pictures, let me know what you have. You might even be able to give me tips. So yes. Now, a big shout out to all the foodies in the house. If you're a foodie in the house, stay with me. Foodie. I think my housemates are just gonna be like, what is this boy doing? But it's fine. One for the foodies like myself. This lockdown is perfect for you to learn how to cook. Okay, get recipes, follow recipes online, and try different things, and bake. Oh my gosh, bake, please. I will send you my address for you to send me baked goods. Okay, I like them cakes, I like the brownies, I love muffin, just anything you bake that is sweet. Okay, I'm not really a savory bake person. Sorry, I have a sweet tooth and I haven't grown out of it. You know what? Even when I digress, but let's do it. Why not? Even when it comes to wine, only recently have I been able to drink, really nice red wine that is not on the sweet side. I'm usually used to rosé. I love most types of rosé that is sweet. My favorite thing, and people are just gonna laugh, if you're a wine drinker and you hear me say this, look, don't judge me. I like what I like. I don't judge you. Don't judge me. But I love a Moscato. Okay, I know it's a dessert wine. I will drink it at any time of the meal, as a starter, as the main, with the dessert. I don't care. But a Moscato is amazing. A pink Moscato that is frozen or almost frozen, that slushy feel. Oh my gosh. It's just, look, don't knock it until you try it. But anyway, learn how to cook, learn how to bake. If you're interested in that stuff, I'm not forcing you. Don't get me wrong. But it's something fun for you to do. And for me, for example, baking and cooking does relax me. I do a lot more of cooking than baking because I'm not so great of a baker. I only do if I need to. Banana bread is one of the easiest things to bake. So if you do want to learn how to bake, or you are interested in baking, start with banana bread. But going back, yes, learn how to cook if you want to. I find it very relaxing, so I do love cooking. I do like baking too. And when you do post pictures on Instagram, if you're single, it tells people that you're a potential husband or wife. It's great. You tell people you're a hot potential, you show them what you're missing, and you make people jealous and make them out water. So that's always good. I do love looking at pictures of food. So if not for anyone, post them for me and tag me in it and let me see them. So yeah, that's another good one. Learn how to cook and or bake. Another good one will be to connect with family and friends in the best and safest way possible, depending on what restrictions your area has. So if you can do that in person, or if you do that on video, through technology, it is what it is. But yes, connect with family and friends. I did talk about this earlier and say that you being an island of your own is not going to work, especially now. It does create a sense of pressure, too much pressure. You have no one to talk to. There's no way to vent and go through your feelings and your emotions. So connect with family and friends. I did say family and friends because I truly believe in my heart that close friends are family. Close friends are really the family that we weren't born with, but they're still family. Some people may not be blessed with family in the traditional sense, whether that is blood related or through adoption or through amalgamation, whatever that might be. But there are some really true friends. Last week we talked about, difference between a friend and an acquaintance, but I'm talking about, that good friend, or those good friends. So they're really family. So speak to them, open up to them, have conversations with them, be there for them as they will be for you. And at the end of the day, that's all we need to get through this. That's what we need. It's so vital. It's so important. The love, support that we show others, the love, support that we get, that is really going to help us pull through this together. And last but not least, if you do need to have a day off or some time off, do that. Now, see, I'm not calling it a lazy day, okay? Because I'm not lazy. I just like to relax. Take a load off, enjoy my life, because you only live but once, okay? But no, I'm just saying, if you do need some time off, you do need a break, just take that. You don't need to fill this lockdown time with being super productive and speaking to everyone and starting up a new business and doing this and doing that and doing this. All the things I've said as suggestions, you don't need to do all of them. If you feel like you want to do all of them, I mean, hats off to you. Please let me know how it went, and just remember me when you're famous with your business and all that stuff. And all that stuff. Feature me in your tracks, you know, your music videos, you know, send me food, you know, all of that stuff. Everything we've mentioned, don't forget me. But if you do need to take some time for you and just relax and just be in the moment and meditate and do some yoga and just be at one with yourself, do that, because at the end of the day, it's really not a race. To me, this is a whole marathon. So you need to pace yourself. And I do take some days to relax. I do take some days to shut off. You know, I will turn my phone off, log out of Instagram. I'm not worried about anyone or anything. I just focus on me. So if you need to do that, because at the end of the day, you are in charge of your life. You are responsible for yourself. You need to take care of you. No one else can take care of you the way you would take care of you. You need to love yourself. Love yourself for who you are. Love yourself as you are, and do the best that you can for you. So yeah, that is it, guys. That's it for today. That's it for this podcast. That's all I have. All I've written down. And I know that there's so many more things that we could talk about and so many more things that we could do. So let your voice be heard. Like, let me know what you're doing. Don't be stingy, you know, share information. I've shared with you. It's your turn to share with me. Give a few things we've talked about on the podcast a try and let me know how that's going. I would just say, you know, if you do make food and you bake, send it to me. Okay, please. I'm a foodie. I am trying to watch my weight. But, you know, send it to me and let me know what you guys are up to. Thank you again for joining me on this podcast. I've had so much fun creating this episode. I hope you've had some fun listening. I hope it did make you think about what you could do. I hope it has, you know, helped you and made you feel comforted in some type of way. And I really, really, truly hope it doesn't sound authoritative or like I have all the answers to everything, because I don't. I'm just trying to do my best for the world, do my best for you, and see how we can figure out this walk called life together. So yeah, thank you for joining me. See you on the next episode, which should be out in 2 weeks. I hope you have a blessed week. I hope you have a blessed day, whatever you may be doing. Yes, thank you so much for joining, and see you when I see you. Bye.